Pro.
Welcome back to ADSR Pro with me, Mike Smith. We're going to continue on now with the mastering tutorial. Last time we put the BX Digital, the multiband compressor and the Q10 EQ. So let's just have a listen without. So that's where we're at the minute. So I think what we'll do now is let's try a channel strip. Again, like I said, this isn't necessarily the right way to do it. I'm just experimenting, which, you know, is definitely one of my recommendations. Basically just sort of listen to your ears. What I'm trying to do now is let's roll off the bottom frequency again. Let's go about 22 on this one. There's already a bit of compression ratio on there. Let's actually put a long release on that. Have a listen to the bottom end. Let's boost the bottom end maybe. That's no boost. So there you go, that's adding a little bit of something. And now I think what we'll do is I'll put some reverb on. Again, a lot of people recommend you don't ever do this on your master. I'll basically go through this and make your own mind up as to whether you think it's something you should do. Obviously at the minute it's 100% wet, so what I'm going to do is drop the bottom end off. There we go, put it onto mix. So that's how it was, 100% wet. Bypassed. And that's with it on. Again, it's such a really subtle effect. For me, I've found, like I said, on certain tracks it just brings all the elements together because they've got there's a whole wash of sound over the full complete track. Again, like I said, bring it right back, so in theory you shouldn't hear it, it should just be naturally doing something that enhances your mix. If you can hear the reverb effect, there's definitely way too much, so pull it right back. You know, I mean, turn it up until you can start to hear it, then knock it right back, and then you're probably roughly in round about the right place. So let's just bypass it. Put it on. You can hear it there. You can just hear a little bit of on the snare. So that's nice. Maybe even knock it back a little bit. Go about there. Like I say, the idea is not necessarily to be able to hear it affecting anything, but just to be gelling the mix together. And then, as always, back to the limiter. Turn that off. What I want to be doing on the limiter is possibly just getting 2 dB of gain reduction. So let's turn it on. Get ready to turn your monitors down. There, you can hear it working more now. That's off. Just bringing up all the highs. So let's turn all these off. So that was our starting point. VX Digital. Multiband. Q10. SSL. Bit of reverb. And your limiter. So you can hear there we've come on quite away from where we were. Again, please do not take anything as gospel that I'm doing. You know, try and experiment yourself. I am by no means a mastering engineer in any way, shape or form. All I'm doing is sort of following things and ideas that I've gathered, you know, over time. This was a completely different way of doing it compared to the first way. Again, just to show you that you can use a broad range of things to enhance your mix. Again, subtlety is the key here. I've probably gone to extremes on a lot of these just so you can hear them more than anything. But the fact of the matter is, if you're having to use loads of EQ here, you should have actually done that in your mix in the first place. So, you know, if your sounds aren't right or you've got to put loads of EQ on to make it bright, then turn all these off, go back into your mix and start fixing your mix, start EQing things again, you know, making them brighter, pushing them forward, whatever it takes to make your mix right. The idea is, when it comes to mastering, you should use sort of, like I say, very little minute amounts of detail. The idea is to just maybe get rid of some unwanted noises. But the fact is, if you've already got a brilliant mix, then mastering is easy. Because you don't need to apply anything. You wouldn't need to apply anywhere near the amount of stuff that we've done here. You'd just maybe go in, little tiny bit of surgical EQ, maybe a bit of compression and limiter, and that'd be it. So the idea is to make sure that you've got a pretty good mix to start with. It makes it easier for everybody, especially your mastering engineer who will thank you for it in the long run. So that's roughly it. It's been a quick overview, you know, of a couple of different ways of mastering a track. Like I've said, please don't take me as being the most definitive source of mastering in the world, because, like I say, I'm learning just as much as, you know, you guys. So there you go. Don't forget, if you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, bye bye.